Hey guys, this is Amit and you're watching Tech Dad. In this video, we are going to compare between OnePlus Nord 2 5G versus Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, and we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips, and about the prices. In the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, not to have triple camera setup, 15 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera, and 2 megapixel of macro camera, whereas Pro Max comes with quad camera setup, 108 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 5 megapixel of macro camera, and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. So without a doubt, the winner here is Pro Max because it have quad camera setup, which have 108 megapixel of wide camera, which can take high resolution of photos. And about the front camera of the devices, not to have 32 megapixel of wide camera, whereas Pro Max have 16 megapixel of wide camera. So the winner here is Not 2 because it have low aperture and it have 32 megapixel of wide camera. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. Not to have dual LED flash, HDR and panorama, whereas Pro Max have LED flash, HDR and panorama. So the winner here is Not 2 because it have dual LED flash. And about the video recording options in the devices, Not 2 can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 240 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization, whereas Not 2 can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 120 fps. So the winner here is Not 2 because it have gyro electronic image stabilization, which can stabilize your video footage. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. Not to have Android 11 support. On the other side, Pro Max also have Android 11 support, so it's a tie. And about the user interface of the devices, Not to have Oxygen OS, whereas Pro Max have MIUI, so it's a tie because both of the user interface have different UI, so it's up to you which UI you like it or not, it's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. Not 2 is powered by Dimensity 1200 5G based on 6nm processor, whereas Pro Max is powered by Snapdragon 732G based on 8nm processor. So the winner here is Not 2 because it have faster processor, which gives you faster processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, Not 2 is packed with Mali G77, whereas Pro Max is also packed with Adreno 618. So again, the winner here is Not 2 because it have faster GPU, which gives you faster FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. Not 2 can clock at 3.0 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset, whereas Pro Max can clock at 2.3 GHz based on octa-core Creo chipset. So the winner here is Not 2 because it have faster clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, Not 2 have two option 8 and 12 GB, whereas Pro Max have two option 6 and 8 GB. So the winner here is Not 2 because it have bigger capacity of RAM option. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. Not 2 comes with 128 and 256 GB of storage, whereas Pro Max have 64 and 128 GB of storage. So the winner here is Not 2 because it have faster read and write speed. And about the external storage of the devices, Not 2 did not have any card slot, whereas Pro Max have dedicated card slot. So the winner here is Pro Max. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the display size of the devices. Not 2 have 6.43 inches of display, whereas Pro Max also have 6.67 inches of display. So the winner here is Pro Max because it have bigger screen size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, Not 2 have approx 85.8%, whereas Pro Max have 85.6%. So it's a tie because both of the devices have approx the same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. Not 2 comes with Full HD Plus display. On the other side, Pro Max have Full HD Plus display too, so it's a tie. And about the display type of the devices, Not 2 have Fluid AMOLED display having 90 Hz of refresh rate with HDR10 Plus support, whereas Pro Max have AMOLED display having 120 Hz of refresh rate with HDR10 support. So the winner here is Pro Max because it have 120 Hz of refresh rate, which is a great thing for a gaming device. Moving to the body features of the devices, let's start with the thickness of the devices. Not 2 have 8.3 mm of thickness, whereas Pro Max have 8.1 mm of thickness. So the winner here is Pro Max because it have slimmer body. Talking about the weight of the devices, Not 2 comes with 189 grams of weight, whereas Pro Max have 193 grams of weight. So the winner here is Not 2 because it have lighter body weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, Not 2 have Gorilla Glass 5, whereas Pro Max have Gorilla Glass 5 too. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same generation of glass. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. Not 2 have glass back with plastic frame, whereas Pro Max have glass back with plastic frame. So it's a tie because both of the devices have solid build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie here. Moving to some of the most important features of the devices, let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. Nord 2 have a display fingerprint scanner. On the other side, Pro Max have side mounted fingerprint scanner. So the winner here is Pro Max because it have a physical scanner which is faster than a display fingerprint scanner. And about the sensors in the devices, Nord 2 have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, whereas Pro Max have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, so it's a tie. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. Nord 2 have 4500 mAh of battery capacity, whereas Pro Max also have 5000 mAh of battery capacity. So without a doubt, the winner here is Pro Max because it have bigger battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. Nord 2 have 65 watts of fast charging, whereas Pro Max have 33 watts of fast charging. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it can charge up a device faster. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. Nord 2 comes with stereo speakers, whereas Pro Max have stereo speakers, so it's a tie. And about the headphone jack of the devices, Nord 2 did not have any 3.5mm of headphone jack, whereas Pro Max also did not have, so it's a tie. Moving to the communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both of the devices comes with Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot, so it's a tie. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, Nord 2 have 5.2 generation of Bluetooth, whereas Pro Max have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have newest generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices. Nord 2 have dual band AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo, BDS and other chips, whereas Pro Max have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have many chips. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, Nord 2 comes with second gen of Type-C connector with OTG support, whereas Pro Max also have second gen of Type-C connector with OTG support, so it's a tie. Moving to the price of the devices, in the international market, Nord 2 is around $300, whereas Pro Max is available from $300. In the Indian market, Nord 2 have starting range from 28,000 rupees, whereas Pro Max is available from 20,000 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera, the winner here is Nord 2. In the performance, the winner here is Nord 2. In the display, the winner here is Pro Max. In the body segment, the winner here is Nord 2. In the features of the device, the winner here is Nord 2. In the communication chips, it's a tie. And about the prices, the winner here is Nord 2. So the decision is totally yours. Which device you like the most so far, and let me know in the comment below. What do you think, which device is better for you? So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what you thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.